What is going on, everybody? It's your friend Will. Just a memory lapse, and we're back with the next round of our competitive constructed run with Esper Control, this GP Pittsburgh list. Took an L last round to some punts on our side. Made two pretty critical mistakes, I think, in the game 3 against Mirari Conjecture, Blue-Black Conjecture. That cost us that round. Luckily, we already have 3 wins banked, so we are not losing gold on this run. And let's see if we can get another win here. I did end up getting... I misremembered in the last video, but I ended up getting 5 wins with the regular blue-black build. I do think this one is better. Teferi is really good. I'm not sold on the Scarab God. I could see making that into another Torrential Gearhulk. I feel like every time we play that card, it just is a win. Though Scarab God did win us both games against that mono green aggro deck, so it's a little hard to say. This Scarab God has a pretty unique effect. Ooh. Alright, so this is a pretty easy mulligan, no lands. Wow, double no lands. RIP. Oh, I think that's... So I think what I heard on Reddit, and take that with a grain of salt, I think we do want that, is that for this best of 3, they got rid of the shuffling algorithm that affects the best of 1. So it kind of doesn't matter how many lands you run, you're not guaranteed that certain number like we were trying to abuse early on playing on the beta here. Like deliberately going up to 26 lands to virtually guarantee at least 2, if not 3 starting lands in your starting hand. So that effect clearly not in play in best of 3, which I think is correct. I think they want to stay away in the serious formats of anything that might warp deck building away from what we see in regular paper Magic, and I don't mind that change for a best of 1 format. I think it makes some sense. Alright, so it looks like we're on going against a blue-black control here. Ichi, relax. With main deck Doomfalls, or at least one main deck Doomfall that they were lucky enough to hit. That Negate's going to be good. Have not found another land yet from the 4 that we kept. Considering the mulligan to 5, this might be a fairly quick scoop if we get empty-handed here. Or virtually empty-handed. Like, I doubt we're going to be able to use this Fatal Push on anything. Well, there's an Essence Scatter target. We could get super lucky here if we ripped untapped land. We get Teferi with Negate backup. Of course, not super lucky. Good card to draw, just not what would have been amazing in that particular turn. And here we have a tapped land. But we missed our window more or less, probably, to resolve this Teferi here. Disallow is okay. We just have to hope that they try to push. We're actually up on cards, down on land. I don't know how easily we can turn that into a win here. I guess actually we're even if you don't count this Fatal Push as a card, which we won't. So I'm trying to think of what we'll have to fight over here. They could have Liliana. They could have Torrential Gearhulk. I'm assuming they just run a split of Scarabs and Gearhulks here. Maybe if they play any Liliana, they would play 1. Cool. Yeah, I think we should try to resolve this since we know they're not a Teferi deck. We're not actually like 100% screwed. if they manage to sneak something through. Anything that they get down is just going to turn on our removal here. Like, I feel like we're advantaged if we can stick a Teferi, because they have finite Teferi answers. Like, they only have so many Vraska's Contempts. They did get rid of one Teferi with that Doomfall. So we're looking for any land here. That's an easy graveyard. And we'll happily take this Fetid Pools taps. I'm feeling a lot better like about this state of this game right now. We have a pretty full grip. Library. So our goal now is to catch up to them on land and find an opportunity to fight, hopefully over something on their turn, which we can then turn into an opportunity to play Teferi on our turn. It looks like they're breaking on land. I'm trying to think of like what are the things that might bother us here. Like, it would be interesting if they were playing like one pull from tomorrow or something that we might worry about. They haven't found any of their glimmers. So I'm guessing their hand is mostly dead removal. And probably some counter magic. I think we'll graveyard that. It's really expensive. There's like nobody in the hallway, but our dog hears a door and he just freaks out. If he's not exactly on my lap, he will freak the fuck out. And there are a couple dogs that live on our floor, so I think he associates that noise with them. And so they're on 8-11. Let's put this on 10 land. We're pretty close to caught up. We're way back in this game. They must be on like solid blanks. Okay. They finally cast their first card draw of the game. Oh. Go for it. They're on 9. 10 cards now. 9 cards. So, I mean, they're probably not that upset to discard. They're probably just discarding something like double Fatal Push here. Close. Fatal Push, Moment Craving. Basically the same thing. We have 1 in hand. I don't think we need more. Let's push this. Cool. Hit a land drop. Illumination. So I wonder if they're straight up playing Illumination over Glimmer, or if they're just running like 6 or 7 or 8 card draw spells. I guess we disallow this. And if we can bait them into a counter spell match up over it, we can play Teferi. Like we don't want to let them flip search at all. So disallow or disallow. Negate your disallow. This is actually good because it lets us flip the search if we bin something here. And emptying our hand a little bit is going to make it easier for us to activate this search advantageously. Yeah, so like we'll graveyard this, transform. Draw for turn. So I think now, rather than try to resolve Teferi into enough counter magic that we could get blown out, we're just going to activate the Azcanta and start outcarding them now 2 per turn. Because we have plenty of time to resolve a Teferi and win the game, or... Wow. So they're scooping to flip Azcanta here, I'm guessing? Or they're just scooping to, like, the frustration of their hand. All are fine. So we'll start by taking out the Fatal Pushes at 100%. We want these Negates, we want these Duresses. We want these Siphoners. We want these Bloodfasts. Let's Essence Scatter. Ichi, come here. Don't start this clucking, you little chicken. Come here. Come here. Oh, wow. They scooped it up. Weird. I turned away to pick up the dog, and they out of that. So that was one of the stranger matches I've played. We had quite a bit of sideboard coming in, so I feel like in 2 games we certainly had a good shot of winning one of them. Yeah, so that was this. Wow, 11 minutes, just under 12 minutes. That is a record for winning a pseudo mirror like that. But that's how it goes. Sometimes your opponent just tilts and gives it to you. So yeah, that's it for this round, and we'll be back soon with the next one.